Now they're ready. The starter let them go. They're off and they're racing. And Caraway got out very quickly, but so did the favourite Fifth Essence off the inside, driving through, and just gets to the lead as Mistress of War comes across. Coventry Reef driving forward as well. Right off the track, Akaya Kuma. Back near the inside, a Sheen is next of all, and better than midfield is Hold Out. Followed then by Lano. Dark looks next the rail. Wide Terry, SHEEZA, SHEILA back there towards the tail end. Last High Precision. It's a fairly compact field as they work down the back straight, going inside the 1100, and Fifth Essence kicked through to hold the lead from Mistress of War. A length away then is O'Sheen, being followed then by Coventry Reef out wider. Back toward the inside next of all, leaving the back straight, then Caraway, and it was followed after about 3/4 of Kaya Kuma, circling the field 3 deep past the 700, going up just in front of Hold Out. Near the rail is Dark, looks back in between horses Lano. The last trio, Wide Terry, SHEEZA, SHEILA. High Precision over towards the inside is last. They hit the 500 mark toward the turn, and Fifth Essence will bring them for home. It's Fifth Essence by 3/4 when they'd straightened up. Over on the outside, running second, but hard at it. Mistress of War immediately showing the stick to come after the leader, who's going better than it for the moment. Sheen's down near the rail. Coventry Reef right there. Caraway battles right behind those. Then High Precision getting right up on the rails from last, and down the outside, SHEEZA, SHEILA. As Sheen goes up, grabs the lead. She's on the outside. SHEEZA, SHEILA's charging home. It's SHEEZA, SHEILA right out there on its own, out near the middle of the course, hitting the lead and pulling away. SHEEZA, SHEILA, who they have spec'd at longer odds, won the last over a Sheen and Dark looks behind those Mistress of War, and also Fifth Essence, who really buckled up in the straight. Dark looks next in, followed by Caraway, Coventry Reef, Hold Out together. A gap then Akaya Kuma. High Precision's run on the rail was short-lived and dropped out in the concluding part, and back with it as well as White Terry. Number 10, SHEEZA, SHEILA, who they have spec from $26 into $16 for the Jason Pateman stable, and delivers to take the last of the day out, ridden by Troy Turner. Back and around them, right out near the middle of the course, defeating a Sheen, Dark looks, and Fifth Essence dropping out there in the last 150 and finishing about 5th with Mistress of War. But it's honours to SHEEZA, SHEILA here, the All-American mare out of Valerie Ann for S.J. Roberts, Mrs. S. Smith, E. Smith, and also K and Miss S.M. Benbow. And Troy Turner aboard the winner, posting her second victory in 13 runs. So SHEEZA, SHEILA, who'd been beaten margins first 2 outings back at 12 and 1600, third run in, has let go right out near the middle of the course and finished home too well to take out race 7, the last on the program. A Sheen, Brad Parnham, and Dark looks are there in the battle for the minor end of the spoils. Behind those then the tiring, well fancied commodity in Fifth Essence. So 10's about to return. SHEEZA, SHEILA, Changji Turner there in the saddle, as we get the final few details from the judge after the running of the last of the day. Sheen second, Dark looks third, and Fifth Essence held fourth in the photo in front of 9, Mistress of War. 2 1/4, a long neck with the margins, and the 1650 has been carved out in 142.28, but 37.85. It's been a very, very slow last 600 there, that's for sure and certain, to race 7 on the card. As we take you downstairs to Lockie Taylor with the final word after the running of the Lucky Last.
Thanks, Darren. Jason Pateman joins me now, and they didn't forget to back this, man. $26 into $16 late. She gets the job done, and Jace, congratulations on the win. Clearly a slight reversal in form because she went really hard last start out in front.
Yeah, I made a mistake of telling Kate to give her a kick out the gates, and she can grab the bit pretty hard. If you have a look during this run, she travelled pretty hard again. Troy just said, I'll just try and get her to settle again. We've done a lot of work with her, and she just fired up this last start, and poor old Kate couldn't hang on to her, and that Ascot track she started laying out, and yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare watch, but at least she got a good hit out under her belt.
So clearly she was rock hard fit, but did it take anything out of her, honestly? She was obviously still early on in the campaign, and sometimes that can flatten a horse.
Yeah, it can do, but she's all American. As you know, they're rat bags and they're pretty tough. You just keep boring the work into them, they keep copping it. So, yeah, no, she pulled up a treat and, yeah, done the job.
A great training performance to finish the day. Well done.
Thanks a lot, Lockie.
There's Jason Pateman, and here's Troy Turner.
Jagsy joins us now. Troy, obviously, as Jason was saying, a lot of work's gone into a mare like this.
Yeah, that's right. Things didn't go to her sort of way on her last start, but today she's doing a nice barrier and she sort of just got smothered up early and worked into the race at the right time and just maintained her sort of good long 600, which they didn't run a quick 600, but probably just played in her hands.
We've seen that from her before. She can really sustain a run.
Yeah, I think that's as long as she can settle, she'll probably go a little bit further, I reckon.
Remember the day that you won her maiden? It was a heavy 8, so winter should be good for her.
Yeah, I think so. She's in the right time of year.
Congratulations, well done, mate.
Thank you.
There's Troy Turner. He combines with Jason Pateman and SHEEZA to round out a fun day of racing here at Belmont Park. And as you said, Scotty, the theme of the day has been horses that have had a little bit to learn, but they've still got the job done. And SHEEZA in a similar vein. That was her 13th start, but a real turnaround in the form because she bolted last start, but a little bit more relaxed today, and she's figuring it all out.
Well, and the punters seem like they've found a bit of a form reference too, because Mirashino's won out of that race. Now SHEEZA, the runner-up, Oisin, from the same race again, and they didn't forget to back her either. She was very strong in late betting, 21 into $15, so a few people very well supported and very well rewarded, should I say.
Now, a horse that did all the things right was Lord Shiva. He looks like the one horse that we need to be following out of this meeting, and I suspect we'll be following him on a Saturday in due course.
Oh, I think it has to be, really, especially with the prize money that's on offer. He can go to a graduation or a 66 plus. They can chase some free money now because ultimately they paid $17,000 for him in an online sale. They've already won more than that in 2 race starts. So from here, it's just free fun.
Great day of racing here at Belmont Park. Thank you very much for joining us live and free on 7 Plus or Racing WA TV. Myself and Michael Heaton will be heading down to Pinjarra Park for tomorrow's 9 race program, and then Scotty and I will be back for the huge Belmont Sprint meeting, which we cannot wait for. We'll see you then.